Hello good people, and welcome to this tutorial. In this tutorial we are going to share and learn about activity reporting in Connect. So I welcome you, and running activities Connect is a very simple task, as you'll be seeing. And it's important to run activity attendance report, mostly youth activity attendance report, because it will show that there is something that the youth are engaged in at the program, at the church. So remember, if something is not recorded in Connect, is marked as not done, even though it can appear in your local records, but once it's not Connect and it's not appearing on the reports, then it simply means it has not been done. Okay, so before we start, there was an email that was sent. If you go to your email, this is just our project email. If you go to your email and just type youth report, you'll see an email from Beatrice Maina, this one. And this report, it was on youth development activity report. It was sent on Wednesday, April 21st, all right, at 4:56 p.m. So this one has this chart, all right, so of activity name, activity type, and the particulars of that activity. So it is good that you can refer to that email. However, we have still attached the Word document which has these codes. So it is important, like for you to print these this document here, the attached photo, this one, so that you can be able to know the activity name, because it's important to know the activity name and activity code. So it's good you master, all right? It's prudent for you to master the activity name and the activity type, because they will be required when we are reporting activity in Compassion Connect. So these are the activities that we are supposed to report that youth take place in. Remember, youth development is a key area of Compassion focus, so that the youth are developed to become fulfilled Christian adults who are positively influencing the community. So for them to know what the youth are being taken through, it's good we report about every activity that the youth are taking place in, as recorded here. So these are the activities that the youth may take place at the program that Compassion will really need us to update every time they appear. So it is monthly, some can be after some time, but let's look at how can we report these activities in Compassion Connect. So the first activity you will see here is called, a particular of it is called YDS DSC. This is the activity name, and then it's a co-curricular activity. But the particulars of this code, this abbreviation, as you'll see, all of them start with YDS, Youth Development, right? And then they have an abbreviation, this one, which is the acronym maybe of this name, like Bible Discipleship. So it is called DISC. Then participation in youth activity, they have called it YOD. So it's this is the code that will be used as an identifier, right? In when we are the national office is running reports, so that they can know how many attended that activity. So it's good you master or get this document, print, hang it somewhere, so you can check anytime you feel like you've forgotten it, so you can be able to check which activity is this. You remind yourself of that activity. All right, so the first step is for you to master the codes, the activity codes. So if you find that there is a difficulty maybe in mastering all of them, print and hang somewhere. With time, as you report them, you'll find that even Connect will have auto suggestions of this course once you have reported on some, but it will be good you hang it somewhere just to remind yourself with other stuff when you are reporting on this activity. So the first one is to know the activity name and code. So here we have Bible study and discipleship, have participation in 1-year degree, we have youth mentorship, which is MNT, we have entrepreneurship, that is those who have completed entrepreneurship training, that is our YDS NTR, those who are completed vocational training, VTR, and those who have participated in games and sports, those who have participated in soft talents, that is STAD. So and then we have leadership training, LDR, and youth-led community service, that is service opportunities. So this is CMA. So let's look at I shall report with two activities of what happened the previous Saturday, all right? And then from there, you'll have the basics, you'll have the knowledge, you'll have the know-how of how to report this activity, because we are going to do it step by step. So we're going to do the first one, which is the Bible study. At our project, we lead them through various, we have various groups, 12 to 14, and they have been grouped in various groups, which we take them through different Bible studies. They are doing right now, they are in book 1, Growing in Discipleship. And after that they'll go to book 2, and then all the same. So we will take them through a certain study. In your group, they may be having a certain setup. So for us, we take them through we take them through that manual. So you may be having a different manual, but once they have done that activity, let's say Saturday, the other Saturday, the students this Saturday, this previous Saturday, jana, the students were taken. We had a Bible study group which were learning in a Bible study, and they were looking at growing in discipleship. So I'll come to connect, right? I'll come to connect. I'll come to this tab and click connect. So you go to connect. When you open connect, these are the menus you'll see. I like to clarify something. Sometimes screen resolution can be bigger than this screen resolution. So you find that some menus won't show here. All right. So like for example here, your screen may be like with this resolution. So with this resolution, you may not see activity menu just on this top menus here. So you'll have to use the drop down. That is, if your screen, this attendance menu is not showing on this menu here. But because my screen resolution is quite big, and I see the activity attendance is just between the dashboard and the FCP. So this is the activity attendance. You click the activity attendance, right? So once you click the activity attendance, you just click that button over the activity attendance. Let me just click the button of activity attendance. Is it my network or something? Let me just check with my network again and connect to another network. Okay, so this is the activity attendance. I have a faster network now. So this is the activity attendance. And once you click, I've said when you open connect, you go to activate. If you don't see it here, you'll have to use this drop down menu here so that you can see if it's on the drop down menu. But once it is here, just click that activity attendance. Once you click that activity attendance, go and here you'll see the recent activities. But if you want to see all the activities that you have reported, you click go. That one will show you all the activities that you are reported about. But now we want to do a new activity, which we said it is which we say that it is the students who participated in discipleship. That is YDS DSC, and it's a curricular activity. So you make sure you get the correct activity name and also get the correct you get the correct activity type. I'll show you shortly where this activity name and activity type will be filled. So we come to connect and click now under the activity attendance. You click create new activity, right? Attendance, right? So when you do so, the first step is to come here and choose the correct age group that was participating in that activity. The reason why is we have to do so is to specify. Remember, youth start from age 12 and above. So and also when you select that age group, the names that will appear down here, as we shall see in the next step, will only for those age groups that you have selected. So if you have selected 12 and 14 only, the names that will appear will only be for those aged within that CDPR age group. So let me do this. Last Saturday we had a discipleship class which they were taken through growing in discipleship. So I'll click the 12-14 as my age group that was taken through. The second step is to come and put the activity name. As you can see, there are some activity names that I've already entered, but now because for the new of learning, for the purpose of learning, I'll have to come and so activity name is when you come and pick this activity name, which is YDS-disc. So this is the activity name, this one. So you have to make sure you take this code. This code is now the name in Connect. It is the one that is referred as name. This one, the YDS and -disc. So you come here, you write YDS capital. Make sure it is capital YDS then DC. this, so DSC, so DSC. And then program type, remember we have two program types. The home based are those who are below 3 years. All right, they always happen at home. And remember, it's good that you understand, all youth are center based. All youth are center based, and any child who is above 3 years, they are center based. So they come at the program. So these are center based. A center-based program or center-based type. So if you choose if you choose something like home-based, it will give you less options under this field. So it's good you make sure you choose the center-based option. And then tutor implementer. Tutor implementer, here is where you come and say mwalimu gani ama who was with those kids or who was taking those kids through that particular activity. So this discipleship and Bible study, who took them through that activity? You'll come and click this search glass. This one, you just click here. Because I took them through the class, I'll click Nixon Bonke, like that. All right. When you click that, you have now already appointed. So you just click this search glass, you'll see your names. If your names are not appearing here, type your name here, maybe first name, and then click go. All right, just click go. It will show you all the fields, and then make sure you click all the fields. So you click you type your name here. That's if your name is not showing in the contacts. So you just click your name, first name here, and then you click go. So when you click go, it will show all the names that have that name or contains that name. So you can just click select like that, and then that name will be selected to that box. I hope you're together up to there. Then now you'll come and pick the activity type. Remember, the activity type on this chart, it was co-curricular activity. This one is very important because there are different activity types. So you need to know, is it an income generating activity? Is it a co-curricular activity, or it is a service opportunity? So it's good to specify. For this one is a co-curricular activity. So you'll come here and make sure that the activity type is co-curricular activity as selected. Okay, now activity date is the date you did that activity. So from our case, we shall say it is 31st. So you come and click on the calendar. All right, this the calendar will show up, so you can pick up on the calendar like this, the calendar. So in this calendar you can be able to go, is it August, was it, so it was in July, so you'll pick on that Saturday. Now here is where we need also to be careful. Here we need to describe the activity, and in describing the activity, you need to talk about the impact. All right, the impact of that activity. What was like the outcome of that activity? And then where did it take place? All right, so you are explaining of where, and you are explaining of how did it take place, and what was the impact of this activity. So in this case, I'll say the children or the beneficiaries were taken through, so I'm describing the what. So the beneficiaries were taken through growing in discipleship, topic 1, which is knowing about God. Okay, now what was the impact? The beneficiaries were able to understand who God is and his initial blueprint to his initial blueprint to man, that man should be holy and pleasing to him. Then now what was the so we say the beneficiaries were taken through growing in discipleship, topic 1, which was about knowing God. The beneficiary was able to understand who God is and his initial plan, blueprint to man, and that man was created to be holy and pleasing to him. So the beneficiaries. So now what was the impact? So so we have already described the impact of what they were able to understand who who God is. Let me just do some correction here. Who God is and his initial blueprint, all right, to man, and what and that man should be holy and pleasing to him. So they were taken through this topic. There's topic 1, which was about what. So it was about knowing God. So we have described the how and what they learned, all right, and that's the impact. So they were able. Now the impact is they were able to understand who God is and the initial blueprint to man, all right. So they were able to understand that. So once you report that, you click submit, all right. So when you click submit, it will now process another window. Let's just see. When you click submit, so it's submitting. So let's just be a bit patient. It's submitting. So let's just be a bit patient with the submission. You know, these networks, sometimes they have some challenges, but I believe it will be okay. Should be picking up. Let's just see. Can change another network again and see what it will do. Let's just see if it will. Yeah, let me submit again. So you click submit. Yeah, it's submitted. So good. So once it submits, it will bring you this window. Now you will click add beneficiary right here. So click add or remove beneficiary. So you click add beneficiary, all right. So when you click add beneficiary, you see all these are 12 to 14 because I selected age group 12 to 14, all right. So if all of them attended, you click just this one box. If all of them attended, but you know very well, due to several reasons, some students may not be present, all right. So it's good you make sure you write the correct students. You mark the correct student who attended it instead of just marking all. You now come to select those who attended that activity. So in this case, I'll go step by step and mark those students who attended that activity. So I'll start with Asha, then come to Benson Marikano, and then I'll mark Karen. I'll mark another person who attended. That was Dama Fikirini, also David Mwaringa and David Mwarabu, and then we had also Diana Mpa, Doris Mnyazi George, Edwin Janji. All right, those were the ones who were attending the activity. Then Grace Mulisho, Irene Bushewashe, Jacinda Mwanguza, and then we had Juliet Jambo Jacob and Leon Momwe, Lewis Kitty and Miriam Ramba. So these ones attended the program, the discipleship, right? Once you check these two boxes, tunawaka blue, unaona hizi zinawaka blue hivi. So you come down here and click save beneficiaries, okay? So once you save, you have to confirm again if they attended. That is, in case umepata una kicheki box, it means that all of them attended. But kuna wengine maybe unaona niliselect a wrong name, you can now uncheck them from here. You can fail to confirm them from here. But here's just to confirm that those students attended. So I'll click save. Right? When you click save, it will show you 15. So that one now you can print. Click print and give it now to the ASM or file to show that this activity now for physical filing. So it becomes easy for you to do that activity. Just like that, and you have done an activity attendance. When you come here, you'll see YDS disc, and it was a co-curricular activity on 31st. All right. So it is recorded here as 31st. Now we have reported one activity. Now let's go and also look at another activity that we also did. All right. So I'm going to do two activities, and from the two activities, you should be able to understand how to just report this activity. So I believe with the two tutorials, you'll be able to understand how to do an activity. Now we are going to look at games and sports. We had students whom we took to games and sports, all right? So there are those who, there are 3 students we took to the cluster league, all right? So they went to the cluster league, and we have to report about them, what they went to do, and what they were doing exactly, and what's the impact of that activity. So we have also to report to show that the students also participated in that activity. So you will come to games and say the game's name is YDS G and S. This is the activity name, and then the activity type is co-curricular activity. So we are going to report about this. So I'll come here go back to connect, just the normal way, click the activity attendance. I said if this menu is not there, just make sure you check it under the drop down here, this drop down, and see if you'll find it there. But the menu should be activity attendance. Want to click on there to show you recent activities, but now we want to create a new activity. So in creating a new activity, you select the age group. So in this age group, I'm going to select they are 19 plus, and then the 19 plus na kuna mwingine atapatikana kwa 18 plus. So you select the two age groups and you can double click here. You can double click, all right? You can double click there and then it will be on the other side, or double click here. If you have chosen the wrong age group, it will go back. So in this case, I'll just click on 15 to 18, I double click, or 19 plus, I double click, and the ages will be chosen to this chosen box. So this shows that these are the age group that took place in that games and sports. So I'll come here and get the correct code, and that way said YDS hyphen G and S, okay, games and sports. All right. So and then program type. Remember, we said it is center based because they are above 3 years. Okay. So and they are at the center. As wanakuja kwa kanisa. So another one, we come here and set the search glass, and then we select this was James, it was on me. So I'll come here and select James as the person who was in charge. So I'll type here James, just as I told you. I search go. So when you search go, you say Yes Mbaga, that was the one who went with them. And then activity type, we have it's a co-curricular activity, as you can see, it is a co-curricular activity. Okay, so this one is games and sports, a co-curricular activity. And then we can now come and select another one here, which is the date that thing happened. So it was on Saturday. So so you can change the dates. All right, you can change the dates. Now here you have to write what happened. All right, so you have to describe the activity by saying how it happened and what is now the impact, or what was the outcome of that activity. So here are 3 beneficiaries were selected, all right, were selected to cluster league, where they underwent training and had a friendly match with the county team, and 3 of them were selected to play in the cluster in the county leagues, right? This activity gave an opportunity for them to county leagues. So this activity gave them an opportunity to sharpen their skills, and also market them at the county level, right? So, and also sharpen them. So there's a word limit that you have to just keep precise. So the activity gave them an opportunity for them to sharpen, gave them an opportunity to the activity. So playing county leagues, they sharpened. So just describe what it did to them. They sharpened their skills. They sharpened and marketed their skills. So they sharpened and marketed their skills. So through the activity, they sharpened and marketed their skills. So it becomes easy for somebody to understand what happened, what was the outcome of that activity. So once you do that, you submit. Once you submit, you add beneficiaries. All right, and because I said I selected 15 and 18, I'll just search now. When the list is so big like this, you type here the names of the children in the search button. Like in this case, I'll look for Brian Masambu. All right, I'll look for another one we call Evans Gambo. All right, I'll look for another one called Dida Chai. All right, like that, and then I click save beneficiaries, just like that. If the list is large, you click attended, confirm attended, so it will mark all of them, then click save. By so doing, that activity has been recorded, so I can print and show to maybe the ASM or file it, or I can just go back to the activity here and I see that activity. So you can also edit an activity. Once you have submitted an activity but you feel there are students you left out, you just come to activity and then click that activity, all right, and then it will edit itself. So you can click still add more beneficiaries, all right, or remove even beneficiaries by unchecking that box. All right, then you click save beneficiaries, okay, and then you'll click if they attended, you confirm again, and then you'll have updated your list of beneficiaries. So it's as simple as that, guys. If you have any problem, we can do another video to show you maybe if there is any challenge, we can be able to help you now on one-on-one. We have also attached the word and PowerPoint actually guides, so you can go through. If the video is maybe not very clear, you can also be able to look into the Word document and the PowerPoint presentation, which has the steps. So the most important thing, make sure you capture the activity name well, and we say the activity name is here, all right, and the activity type, okay, which is very, very important, the activity type. So here we have to make sure we put the correct we have to make sure we put the correct activity type, and make sure you put also the correct program type, which is center base, always center base. Use the search glass, and here you can put the correct activity name as per what happened. So make sure you print this and place it somewhere so that you can understand which kind of activities maybe and which kind of code that you need to use at what time, and then you update. It's very important that you do submit your activity attendance every month, so that Compassion can know what is being done. Remember, what's not documented in Connect is not done. So thank you once again, guys, and may God bless you so much. Kwaherini. Asante.